Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. How are you doing today? We are back with a hot topic number 3 with the lumberjack landlord. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing super awesome, Mike. Really excited to talk about this because this is right in the first time home buyer's wheelhouse.
Yeah, yeah. This is a conversation that should impact everybody listening,
Agreed.
and we'll just get into it right now. Basically, I believe there are a lot of right and wrong financial goals. I think a lot of what is put out there are frankly wrong. And I thought we should just talk about some of the good ones and some of the bad ones. And I'll go first.
Yeah.
The first one for me is it's all about income. I happen to live in the Silicon Valley. I've been here for 50 years, and my first job I made like $3.15 an hour working in fast food, and let's just say I made a little bit more than that leading sales teams. And the whole idea here is it's not about income, right? Because for me, I've known people that have made 7 figures in a year who had nothing left and frankly owed money when it came time to pay the piper.
Sure.
I think there is too much focus in this world right now on income. Don't get me wrong, income's important, but a high income without the discipline on spending and lifestyle and sacrifice and live below your means and all the non-sexy stuff is frankly, you could probably go broke faster with a high income because you can get credit, you can get debt. So I just wish more people realize it's not about income. It's not about the income line on your family's income statement. So that's my first one.
Yeah, I mean, to that end, you can get plenty of credit. You can get yourself margin. You can get yourself all the things that get you into trouble that much faster.
Yeah, you're an accredited investor just because of income level, right? I mean, how does that make sense?
Yeah. Hey, still, when I lose $250,000, I'm sure it's still going to hurt.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, I mean, it's that. Yeah, that's still a number that hurts, right? So accredited or not, but you look at it really across the board, and it's kind of funny because we're a services economy, right? We're a spend economy.
Yeah.
And so why would the government ever want to do the right thing by people and tell them, hey, stop spending, cut it out? They need everyone to spend. They need everyone to spend and spend like drunken sailors. All those stimulus checks. What kind of a check was it again, Mike? Yeah. What kind of a check was it again? Was it a stimulus check?
Yeah.
To stimulate the economy? And that's what happens is that, people spend. And the problem is that that's the fastest area you can improve your financial life.
Oh, instantly.
Is on the spend side, not on the revenue side.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my first one. What do you got?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think my counter to it is, I think the most important thing is your spend.
Okay.
Gotcha. Spend. So a lot of people have their focus on the revenue goals. I think a wrong goal is on the revenue. I think the right goal is on the spend.
Totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things that, so I have an MBA and a BS. I think it's a BS from a great university here in the Silicon Valley. And one of my biggest takeaways is I can read a financial statement, right? Balance sheet, income statement, cash flow statement. Back to the income statement. I wish more families would look at their income statement.
Sure.
As a family.
Yeah.
And the top line would be what you and I just talked, or what I talked about, income. You talk about spending. So my next one is it's what I call freedom dollars. Some people could call discretionary income. And I wish more people would simply talk about that. If you only have $17 of discretionary income, that's what you should talk about. That's what you should make decisions on, right? In my Get Your Money Right course, I talk about a family. I think they made 200 grand a year, maybe 250, where at the end of the day, I believe they had like $212 of discretionary income.
Yeah. I remember that. It's awful.
Yeah. It was just like, what are you doing, folks?
What are you doing? Yeah.
Here, all these expenses. And oh, by the way, every financial decision you have should be made on $212, not your 200K income. $212, right?
Yeah.
But nobody thinks that way. No. I've never met anybody that says my freedom dollars or my discretionary income is X. The only reason we built our portfolio as fast as we did is because we are focused on the bottom line, not the top line.
Literally, I think you were the same way, because I think we talked about this at one point. Every bill that we looked at and every bottom line statement on the end of the month, it was every single extra dollar that we had. We might go out to a dinner or something like that. But on top of that, it was into the fund, ready to buy the next house.
Absolutely.
That's what every single one was, right?
For
Same
10
you.
years. It was,
Yes.
oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah. And again, I had many emotional breakdowns because sacrificing that long, that consistency, no extras, it get hard when you see your friend driving a new whip and, you know, they're gone to their third Hawaiian vacation. But you know what? I'm feeling pretty good now at, you know, retired at 45 and, you know, they're still, you know, schlepping 100,000 miles a year on airplanes, which I freaking hate.
Yeah. Oh, that was, yeah, that, yeah. I mean, I don't know about you, but I loved my 1996 Pontiac Bonneville with 242,000 miles. So I don't know of what you speak when you say nice whip.
I actually had a company car for a decade, so it was fine by me.
Oh, so we had a guy on the team and I couldn't help but laugh. And so I know Serge would never see me, but this guy, so we had a $700 a month car allowance for our software gig.
Yeah.
And everybody else would spend that plus, right?
Of course.
So people were buying the 7 Series Beamers and Mercedes.
Because it's not 1,500 for me. It's only 8 because my
that's right.
The other
that's
7.
right. Yeah, Mike's nailing it.
Woohoo!
And this guy Serge, I love this guy. He was awesome. He was huge. Like I'm almost 6'1", like a quarter of 1,000. I'm 250 plus. This guy was probably 6'3" or 6'4". And he probably outweighed me by 35, 45 pounds.
Big boy.
Yeah, huge. And he was getting into a Hyundai at the time.
Oh my goodness.
Not a Hyundai now. Look up like 1999 Hyundai Accents. That's what he was in. And he literally pulls in the thing, brand new plates on the back. And I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
He goes, my new company car. And they go, what?
What?
He goes, the payment is $224. I pocket the rest. And I was like, you do realize that you have to not drive around in a Hyundai Accent all the time, right? And he was laughing at me. And then I watched him have to get in the car and he could barely
wedge himself in.
Yeah. Like had to put the seat all the way back. And I was like, you'll be okay, sir. Just text me when you get, call me when you get here from your car phone. Yeah, probably the only Hyundai Accent in the world with a car phone. Probably the only one.
That is so fun.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta respect it, man. Gotta respect it.
Honestly, Mike, like that guy's the dude. Like that guy's like.
Can you imagine the ridicule? All the ridicule he had to suffer through?
Tortured. I know he was tortured. People around the organization in other countries found out what he did. No joke. People across the country, people in other countries, because we had a big presence in Canada. We had a big presence in the UK. We had a big German office. Like, holy cow. Yeah. And people found out about it and they were laughing so hard. Oh my goodness.
That's awesome. Well, good for him. Good for him.
Exactly. Good for him.
Yeah. So the next one I have is there's too much focus on net worth.
Yes.
I mean, how many times are you in a conversation and it comes around to, what are you worth or what's your net worth or blah, 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 blah. Or what, same kind of breath. How many units do you own? Yeah. None of those numbers matter.
Nope.
None of first off, net worth is a guesstimate at best.
Yep.
It's fake at worst, right? Sure. Number of units doesn't matter. It just doesn't. This whole number of units is the only thing that matters is stupid behavior.
Yep.
It should only be about what's your cash flow. What's the net?
Yes, of course. Like,
I mean,
so Mike, you bring up a great point. Like there's this one investor in our state, God bless the guy. I mean, we are just completely the opposite. And I know what's really funny is he's got a background from Wall Street.
Oh, okay.
And so his model, and we've been on like chat boards and things like that, trying to help people out. And he's taken a complete different direction. His model is I will buy anything so long as I can make $50 a door.
Well, okay.
Let's just say I've got a list of his properties. And when things start to go south.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the whole Warren Buffett, right? Time to see who's swimming naked. I would say
Exactly.
let's spend skinny.
Exactly. Exactly. So, I mean, yeah, you're exactly right, which is it's cash flow, it's cash flow, it's cash flow. Mike, I don't know about you, but I have never, ever, 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 ever bought a house saying in 10 years, this will be worth X.
Oh my God. It's not a part of, I will not let that be a part of anybody's calculation. People ask me all the
Nope.
time, all the students,
Mm-mm.
what about appreciation? I
Nope.
pretend it doesn't exist.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. It
Nope.
does not exist because you know what? I don't know if I'm going to own it in 10 years. I don't know if I want to own it in 10 years. I don't know if there's a nuclear spill in that or an oil spill in the river that's close to that place. I have no idea. Yeah. So the only thing that I can count on is one thing and one thing only. What does it cash flow now, today? And what are the risks to it not cash flowing in the future? Because it's all about the cash flow. In fact, truth be told, Mike, most banks do not get giddy when you have a higher asset class, when you have a higher number of assets. They're like, well, you're more of a risks and you're more attributed to housing. Amen to that. Right? Yeah. Yeah. They look at us as even more risky.
Yeah.
So it's
you kind of have your eggs in one basket.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm watching the basket. That's the point. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm looking at how much I get from my eggs every single day.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's how we figure this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then the last one I want to talk about, kind of the reverse of net worth. I wish more and more people would talk about their time freedom. Yeah. Because that's really what it should be about.
Of course.
You're buying, the rat race is real. I wish more people would realize that. And by buying cash flowing assets, you're buying your time back minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day. And eventually it gets to a point where you bought back your time. Mm-hmm. And you and I get to decide what the hell we want to do. Let's talk about that. How much time have you bought back?
That's right.
Is it an hour a week because you have one unit? Well, great. How do you get to two?
That's right.
I wish more people would just talk about that. It's about the bottom line, discretionary income, time freedom. All these other things just don't matter. I don't know what the calculation is, but there's got to be something that says, hey, I've bought back 7 hours of my life. Well, let's celebrate 7. Now, how do you get to 9?
Absolutely. And so, Mike, so myself, I went through this exercise literally this spring. Went through the exercise. And I just said, you know what? I've got 3 kids now. I've got an 8-week-old, a 2-year-old, and a 3-year-old. And I wanted to spend a lot more time with them this summer. And I said, the only way that I can do that is if I can find somebody that I can trust, that I can offload a lot of my responsibilities to my properties because I self-manage. I can offload that to them. And so that's what I went in search of. That's what I found. And it's been great because I've spent a significant more amount of time with my kids.
That's amazing.
For the summer. And it's an investment. It's costing me money out of pocket, but it's an investment that I'd happily make because, you know, it's amazing. And I see my kids a lot for how much I work because I don't sleep very much.
That's awesome.
So I see my kids a lot, but that was always my goal, is I always wanted to be an ever-present dad. And I don't trust anybody else teaching them what I will be teaching them, my little baby lumberjacks.
There you go.
So,
well, this has been a wonderful day. All 3 of these episodes. One more time, how can people follow you and be part of your world?
lumberjacklandlord.com and Lumberjack Landlord on YouTube, and also purchasing either of your amazing courses. I am in there as well. Yeah. And lots coming. Guys, honestly, I've seen a lot of courses. Frankly speaking, I haven't bought any of the $5,000 ones, but I've talked to people that have, you know, because I wasn't born at night.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I've talked to a lot of people that have. That's just, quite frankly, it's a lot of crap. It's really criminal. It's not, you know, this is the real deal. This is the get you in the weeds, gives you a process. And if you don't feel comfortable at the end of the day, that's fine. Qualify yourself out. It's $300. It's $300. Not a crazy amount of money, but it could be the best investment that you ever make because it will stop you from doing a bad deal as easily as it will help you find a good deal.
Amen to that. Well, with that, folks, we will close it out. Another great week with the Lumberjack. Thanks, buddy.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike.